Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to ShopGirls on myTalk107.1. I'm Ali Kaplan. Stephanie March is joining me today. Glad to have you here and really excited to welcome our guests back to the show. They are the women of Ginger Consulting, Beth Pero-Jarvis and Mary. And we are so excited that you have your new study on what women want. Who are the women?
Who are the women?
Yeah. Well, the women of our alpha panel are, as the word alpha is in a thing. So this is a panel of about 350 women nationwide. We do have a really good, strong cell of women right here in the Twin Cities that participate in this survey that we do every year or so on what women want. And they call themselves alpha. And I think a fun way to perhaps describe that is we all know what social influencers are, right? We all, follow people on Instagram and they're social influencers. These women are interpersonal influencers. Ooh. So it's sort of the same thing, but it's in a smaller group. So it might be in your girlfriend posse. It could be the women you work with at work. It could be, in your neighborhood. These are the women that everybody turns to and says, well, what does she think about this? What is her opinion on that? Where would she send me to dinner this weekend? Or what new store is she shopping at?
How do you find those women?
Well, carefully. They are hand recruited.
Really?
So we do friend of friend recruiting. We all, so there's probably no more than 3 or 4 degrees of separation between either Mary or I and anyone on this panel. And these are people all over. We hear about them. One of you ladies might know someone say, oh, gosh, I know a really great alpha gal that's in my, I go to spinning with, or, I'm on the school board with, what have you. So we kind of find them carefully that way.
My new goal. I want to be an alpha gal.
I kind of feel like I should be an alpha gal.
I want to be an alpha gal.
That's how alpha girls are.
They all want to be.
We qualify.
Yeah.
And roughly, what is the age range of the women you're talking to?
They are everywhere from 18 to later 60s. We think it's really important to have a multi-generational perspective because we're all important. We're all contributing to commerce and to the economy. So we don't want to leave anybody out just because, you're over 65, so you're not on our panel, or you're under 25, so you don't matter. No, it's all women 18 plus.
Okay. So Mary Van Note, what would you say was your most interesting or surprising finding this year?
Well, this year, it was really interesting to see the trends on how they felt about their own economic state and what they were willing to do. We've been surveying them since 2008. That was in the depths of a recession. So we say, are you doing well?
Yeah.
No. Are things looking up?
No.
And it's gotten better and better since then. So 66% of women say they were doing very well. That's up 8 points from 2016. That's quite a lot. So you'd think everything is going well. And when that happens, usually you get people saying they're willing to purchase. So then the second question is, what's on your agenda? What are you going to purchase? A major purchase, like a car, a home, a splurge, like a vacation? No.
Oh.
Only 40% are willing to purchase. That is down 38 points since 2016.
So women are generally feeling better about where they are financially, but they're buying less.
They are stuck. And the reason why is that we fielded this study at the end of the year. And that was when there were a lot of sort of different economic indicators, which you still are seeing now in the news, like some are good, some are bad, some are good, some are bad. And the government shutdown and all the fighting over the government, and people are just like paralyzed. So in addition to the fact that they won't purchase things, less of them are paying down debt, less of them are putting more into savings. They just kind of were frozen. And so they're having a hard time figuring out what to do next. And you can still see that. Like, you can read the jobs report, which is good. You can read, other economic indicators like in real estate are bad.
Right.
So everybody's kind of like stuck.
Well, and I think there is a lot of talk right now about, are we kind of teetering on the edge of a slowdown?
Yeah.
Do you think that your findings indicate?
The findings indicate that everyone, the alpha girls, are as nervous as the business indicators. I mean, they don't know, but they're clearly in the place of like, I'm just going to take a pause.
Yeah.
And I'm going to figure out which way the winds are blowing. I don't need to buy a new car, right now. So I'm going to wait. I'm still buying certain things. So we can go into that next. The things that they're willing to buy.
That very thing, happened to me last year. I was going to buy a new car. And I'm like, no, I think I'll drive my old car. You know? But they are spending on some things, though. So it's not that all hope is lost for
businesses,
the, retail nation out there. We did find it was pretty interesting, the things that they were spending money on. They talked about, number one thing, charitable giving. So we saw some very substantive things like that. And, let's face it, there's so many platforms now. It's pretty easy to just give money. You know, you can give money, Kickstarter funds. It's pretty easy. And they're saying, I'm willing to do charitable giving. The other top item that they are spending money on, organic foods.
That is interesting.
Thinking about I really care about what I'm putting in my body. And again, when you think about this is, of course, an outstanding grocery market. I mean, we're so lucky.
True.
We have so many good grocery stores from absolute super high to extreme affordable. And you can get great organic foods at all of them. So that's something that she's doing.
But so, and meaning that she is spending a little more at the grocery store, willing to splurge on that and pull back on other things.
Right, right.
I bet that doesn't surprise you,
It's
Stephanie.
not surprising. No, it's completely, the entire health and wellness category has completely changed the way that food retailers think about what they do, the fact of what kind of restaurant you're going to open and what you're going to include in it. I would say all of that's that one note about they're buying more organic food has changed completely the landscape, not just even the organic farms. That's not even it. It's the bigger scope of we're going to eat grain bowls and we're going to we're not going to eat fast food, but we're going to eat healthier food.
Absolutely.
And that relates to their spending more on the premium skincare and cosmetics as well, which is because it's about health and wellness.
Right.
So this stuff feels good. I feel better, but I feel like it's good for my body.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to spend on it.
Right. I've had 2 gifts from girlfriends recently of Thrive Cosmetics. All of a sudden it's things like that where they have a give back component to that brand. It's really good, vegan, whatever, great quality. So it just plays right into that substantive and thoughtful.
Do you think also, just side note on this one, it's so interesting to me about women feeling more supportive of each other and more powerful because of Me Too movements and socially the things where it's, you feel oppressed and you feel like you want to sort of you want to be with the tide that's going up and bringing and helping and stuff. And I feel like that's a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's an identity thing to say,
Right.
I am strong and I am alpha.
Right.
So I'm going to be able to do all this stuff.
I mean, having nothing to do with the survey, but Beth and I were at Michelle Obama this week.
Of course we were.
Of course you were.
And it was a rise up moment. I mean, I thought the most fun, it was interesting and wonderful to watch her speak, but what was most interesting was the community of women that were there of all shapes and sizes and ages that were all going yes.
Yeah.
Fist bump, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And that was great.
And interacting with each other, supporting each other, being excited that we were all there together. So it's fun.
So probably not a good time to open a clothing store, get into sell some organic fruits and creams.
Organic clothing.
Again, if it's thoughtfully put together and it feels like they really know what they're doing and they have a wonderful assortment and the fit is great. And, we still see a lot of excitement in other studies we're doing too of things that are happening at retail. So
especially things that are experiential. So that they can go with their girlfriends or their family or their whatever, and they can feel good purchasing it. Yeah.
So what about, you talk a little bit about spa services and subscriptions. Are you seeing those things fall off or still popular?
we're seeing less interest in those things. So it's not to say that they're completely, dying. I know plenty of people that still get their Rachel Zoe box of style. But it's less people that are saying that they're interested in doing that. So it's if I'm going to make a choice with my money, I'm going to, those other things are higher on the list than, some Medi-Spa Botox thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about this trend of decluttering? We're all Marie
So
Kondoing
fun.
That was so
everything.
interesting. So
that
we
showed
were,
up on your survey?
It did.
yes.
So we asked, one of the questions we ask is about de-stressing. And one of the top ways that women de-stress now is to organize their home, which is completely new. We've never heard that before. And then
I don't think I share that. I mean, I would be glad with the results, but that's not the way that I want to relax. That sounds like a huge ordeal.
Well, and there's stuff on Instagram and all that about the action of folding and things like that.
Yeah.
People watch that on YouTube. It helps them de-stress. One of the home-related activities that's the most satisfying to you, like decluttering and getting rid of things. That was the top choice, which is all about Marie Kondo and the magic of tidying up. And we just want to say, since this is a retail show, though, we want to say that the funny thing about Americans and decluttering, I don't know that Marie Kondo really anticipated this, but we respond to a trend we call materialistic simplification, which means buying things to declutter.
There were so many ads like, do you need to declutter? These are Marie Kondo like things you can buy. I'm like, this seems wrong.
Counterintuitive.
But you know what? How many books do you have about simplicity on your bookshelf?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like a lot of those. So Barnes and Noble, yay.
Yeah.
Container Store, yay.
Yeah.
Baskets, tools, books,
Right.
skinny hangers, you know, whatever. So
Yeah.
all that stuff.
And to your point, even making an event out of it. So get the girlfriends over and you make the pile of stuff you're giving away. Hey, you can go through it first. And then I'm going to bring things, you know, to drop them off at ARC or something. But making an event out of it with, you know, let's open the champagne while I do my organizing day. Let's put on some incredible music. Let's get out the cleaning products that smell really good.
Yep.
The latest Mrs. Myers scent or what have you. So just turning everything into sort of a multi-sensory fun event.
And a rise up moment. Yay,
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You cleaned
yeah.
out your basement.
You're taking your power back
Wow.
and getting those dust bunnies off your life.
And then you have people in like my daughter's generation, the Gen Zers are like a secondary market. Like they are thrifting
Yes.
to beat the band right now because
Right.
they're
Yes.
getting all sorts of really good stuff
Sure.
that
Yeah.
all of us older folks are throwing out.
That's
Yeah.
a perennial
So-
trend. All the
But now
college
it's-
kids
yeah.
love it. That's
Yeah.
what they all do.
But you know, now it's really good stuff.
Now it's
Right.
good
They
stuff.
have Marie
I-
Kondo to thank for the quality
for
of
the
stuff at the
quality
thrift
of these
stores
teenagers,
right now.
identity wear.
Yeah,
That's right.
Wow. What? We have just a couple of seconds left. What is there? Are there any other big ahas that we should be thinking about?
Well, I think, you know, one of the things that's kind of fun is we did a quick scarcity question. If you could only have one, what do you think she would pick?
Oh, yeah.
So we always like to do a forced choice thing. So
Let's see what they think.
yeah, what do you think? Wine or coffee? If you could only have one.
Coffee.
Well, I'd go coffee.
The ladies are going wine this year.
Going wine.
Really?
I know. I would have thought caffeine as well.
I would have thought well, maybe
You weren't
because
answering for yourself, Stephanie March. You
quite
were
honestly,
answering-
I was thinking whiskey. I didn't even think wine. I was like, where's the whiskey option on that one?
How about sweet or salty?
Salty. She's sweet.
I'm sweet. I like salty.
I know,
too,
but you're
though,
sweet.
But yeah, sweet.
I'm salty.
Get out the chips and salsa. You're right,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
Salty.
Although I like salty sweet. You know, that would have
Yeah,
you, Mary.
I have a hard time with that. I need both.
Pancakes or eggs? I'm all eggs, not pancakes.
Wow, good to know.
Would you want a good relationship, good man, good woman, or a good time?
Ooh, well, that's a funny one. I'm going to
know.
go relationship.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
said?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, good.
Okay. And finally, a European vacation or California closets?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see. Like, what would you spend? I'd go European vacation.
Yeah, me too.
You're
Yeah,
right.
okay.
that's not to
Win.
like
So
about
even
that.
But
though
gosh,
we
that
have-
closet would be
I
very
know.
satisfying.
And it surprised us because we've got this big organizing, decluttering Marie Kondo
Yeah.
trend. We thought that the closet would win, but nope. We
No.
want to get away.
Need experiences.
Right.
Wow,
Right,
so
right.
fascinating.
That is interesting.
Ginger Consulting, you guys are so smart. Mary Van Note, Beth Perro Jarvis, thank you so much for sharing the results. And hopefully we'll be writing and chatting about more of it. Thanks for sharing and being here
Thanks,
today.
you guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
We'll be
ladies.
back with Whose Look Is It Anyway right after this.